All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post. My boyfriend says this is normal. So she is 22, the boyfriend is 33. She says, my boyfriend, who I've been living with for a year now, won't clean around the house. He says if I want something done, I have to ask him. I would power clean the house and he would just sit and watch, not offering help. I've let dishes pile up and let the house go to shit um, for over a week before to see if he would do anything himself, but he didn't budge. Yeah, okay, so what we'll notice is like a lot of people have like different operating systems. Like some people like things clean, neat, tidy. Some people just operate kind of messy and more they're like slobbish or just like leave their clothes laying around or dishes and doesn't bother them at all. And so when you're picking a partner, it does help to have, pick someone with similar interests. So it's like someone who is clean if you're clean, someone who is messy if you're messy, or it can be like religion, it can be similar interests, values. So it's like oftentimes we get this confused as like we hear the saying like opposites attract, and this has to do with like that saying. It really has to do with polarity, so feminine and masculine presences, and kind of to illustrate that, we'll even see this in like even like lesbian relationships. We'll see like one of them has like very short hair, tattoos, maybe just dresses in a more masculine way, and then the other one has like long hair, she's in her feminine and dresses in a more like feminine way. And so it's like those, in that regard, it's more to do with polarities and opposites attract. Whereas you want to pick someone with similar values and really operating systems, um, meaning like messy, clean, etc., as you. So it's like if you pick someone like that, there will just be a lot less drama and less conflict. Is not to say that there shouldn't be conflict in relationships, because there needs to be some kind of conflict and some kind of challenge and something to kind of overcome together and grow together. That is essential for attraction. There's too much great things. If it's like too good, it almost becomes boring. But it does help to have someone with similar interests. We'll keep reading on here. Um, I've confronted him, but he belittles me and calls me childish and pathetic for having a problem about this. It's like, yeah, so he doesn't really understand, because it's like he doesn't see anything wrong with how he's living. Um, but on her perspective, it's like she feels poorly because it's not really meeting how she thinks things should be as far as clean, or him. He is being like lazy. Those are some bad habits he's doing. Like if he's watching her power wash and not doing anything, that's kind of like um, but it's like not looking at the people's skills or relationships or whatever, just looking at the emotional reactions between those two. That's really what this post really helps with. I've tried to explain to him that this is taking a toll on my mental well-being, but I don't get a response. I tried telling him he has to do with his share of housework, but again, yeah, so look at this. So she has to share. So masculine 3Cs, has to, it's like a controlling kind of thing. It's like he might feel like he is being controlled, even if that's not really her intent. She just wants it to be done and clean and match how things she thinks should be, like having the house clean or him doing more work around the house. Um, he says, I'm a broken record, nagging too much of a feminist, and laughs at me. I've tried to explain to him that this is taking a toll on my mental well-being. Yeah, okay. But I don't get a response. I tried telling him he has to do his share of housework again. I have to ask or he won't do anything. He says this is how it should be and that I'm overreacting. I haven't been in a serious relationship before and raised by a single mother. So I'm unsure what normal is in long-term relationships between partners. If I don't stop nagging about housework, he says he will move out because I'm toxic. So yeah, I mean, I think he totally overdid it with saying like you're toxic or whatever. It's just really a matter of conflict of values, if you will. And so it's like looking at this from just like emotional standpoint, like emotional reaction standpoint, her perspective, it's like she doesn't feel like she's understood because she's expressed her feelings, expressed that she wants it this way, and that makes her feel, like things are how they should be. And so he's basically just disregarding everything she says and disregarding her feelings, and says like this is normal on how you live or whatever. Um, And so she's not feeling like she's understood. And then when he's saying like she's toxic, it has to do a lot with, it could, indicate some kind of hints at her not feeling totally safe with the other guy. And then also from his perspective, on the 3 C's of masculinity, being controlled is one of the biggest pain points for men, and criticize is another one that seemed to be illustrated in this one. So it's like she's criticizing him for, maybe leaving clothes around, or just being messy, not doing the dishes, not helping out around the house with like the power washing thing. And then he's being, controlled. She's telling him what to do. So both those controlled and criticized. And so those are really the emotional reactions. And so it's just like, take this note, and picking the right partner that has similar values, because it really makes a difference in eliminating a lot of the conflict.